No, we're doing it. Everybody knows the pro gamer warm-up, right? The lower level we see it, the worse it is. Like, we saw it in the Diamond Leaguer last game. But the pro gamer warm-up, which is, of course... Meanwhile, you're doing a fucking 2-rags build with no gas. Marines are not very good units. It's like... and all you're going to be able to do is build a bunch of Marines. Marines die to everything in TVT. They're not that good in any matchup early, until they get all their fixins. There's a reason why players go for a barracks, a factory, and a starport. And it's because that way you're not reliant on unstimmed, uncombat shielded bitch Marines. But I feel like our build order extends. My expert opinion for improvement would be to have utilized any of the very many free resources, whether they be mine or Pig or Vibes or Loco's. Honestly, Loco's guide from 2014 would probably help you at this point, because this is in no way a build anyone has ever tried to teach anyone. Maybe outside of like 2010 beta, when it's like, so this is how supply depots work. This is, well, I have minerals and I've played the campaign. This is what this build is. That's what this build shows me. Obviously, you haven't tried to help yourself. But there's a whole, I mean, why do valets exist? Why do they're insert service industry job here, which is convenient but also unnecessary, except for that people will pay you instead of figuring it out for themselves. So every single time you flip between your barracks and command center hotkeys, the rage builds. I'm just telling you that right now. Like, I've done it so many times. I try to be, you know how hard it is? You know what adds to it? You know how hard it is to say, like, to be even mildly, I stream 10 hours, I stream 60 to 80 hours a week. Okay? Angry Coach, we'll say like 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week. Every week. 100 hours in 10 weeks. We'll say in a month it's 40 hours. You know how hard it is to find another way to say that you're wasting your time doing things that are completely and utterly useless, trying to, while making you feel like you're doing better when you're obviously not? You know how hard it is to say that in an original, or at least semi-original way that I already haven't said 14 times in the last 2 weeks? It's not easy. Okay, like, this isn't a fucking weekly YouTube video that's 12 minutes long where I can precisely procure the dankest memes and just run with that. You could say it without being a dick, then I would just be repeating myself, but getting no satisfaction whatsoever. Like, if I was getting paid to be nice, I'm not his mother. Okay, in any way you want to interpret that. It's like, oh, well, maybe instead of doing a terrible build, you should check out this 15-minute guide on something a little better. But that's part of it for me. It's the whole aura around it. It's like they come in, oh, he's gonna roast my replay. Everybody thinks they're special. But they're all special in very similar ways, besides Juanito, of course. So, I've got nothing. Like, this is just... We're already off whatever form of rails we could have had. There's no indication here it's gonna get any better. So... The reason we rarely do bronze, silver, gold, or high bronze, low plat games, though platinum, there's an argument for it, is because there's not much I can say that I haven't already said in many ways, in many easily accessible forms. I do appreciate and cater to the interest in direct personal critique. My critique here would be some form of burn it down and start again. But since we're not going to do that, at this point, I feel like you should play with mouse only. Oh my god, look! And then as soon as anything needs to happen, the SCV just sits there. You spammed the fucking barracks and command center hotkeys 69 times in 12 seconds, and then it took you another 5 seconds to figure out what the fuck a refinery was. This is my point, and this is my problem with this. And you didn't even know what you wanted is the thing. You could have spent all that time you spent jerking off trying to plan for what your next move was, but instead, let me re-demonstrate. Right, if you're going to build a refinery, you want to build it at 75 minerals. We spend all of this time. Nice, 500 APM, congratulations. And then, a solid 15 seconds were spent doing that. And all of that time, you could have spent those 15. The beauty of this is not only that you're doing that not as part of your plan, you're doing that in lieu of a plan. Because there is no fucking plan. Because you sending your SCV out and then taking a few moments to check your map and figure out what direction we're going with this build order indicates everything I already need to know. I wonder what we should do next. All the while not building SCVs? Oh, okay, orbital. I'll give you that one. Your opponent is literally having a stroke right now. But, somehow, his orbital is quicker! Ah, yes. We're gonna follow up with a barracks because we forgot about the refinery. So, now we have a bunch of minerals. Are you gonna build a marine? No? Yes? Denied that scout. Denied that scout! He's never gonna see your quote-unquote production targets now. With that beautiful scout denial.
Command center upgraded.
What I want you to do, and I've recommended this, I have a whole series on this. You have more APM than me right now. I want you to do your best to get under 100 already, no matter what happens the rest of this game. I want you to try to stay under 100 actions per minute for your next 10 games at least. Alright? Stay under 100. At the end of the game, I'll tell you what you have at the end of this game. This game is not that short. Let's bring it up. Where is my link? Alright. At the end of the game, you end up with 141, but you also have 1.56 screens per minute. That means, despite having 141 actions per minute, on average, every single minute throughout this game, I'm going to spoil it, the game is 13 minutes long. You move your screen about every 45 seconds. So, think about how much you would have to actually be doing. So, for comparison, your opponent has 4 screens per minute, which is already... I have about 30, Cyril has 60. So, despite having 1/3 of Cyril's APM, you have 60 times less screens per minute. Just about. Maybe a little, let's say 50 times less. I have a whole series of going from the bottom of Diamond 3, which is still a full league ahead, up to Masters as random with less than 100 APM average. Sometimes I go over 105, 108. but never 140, 150. So if I can get from Diamond to Masters as random, winning almost every single game with less than 100 actions per minute, you can survive in the Platinum League attempting to do the same. How are there 200 actions to even do on one screen? Nobody said they had to be useful. I want to, this is one of my biggest pet peeves, as you guys might know, is not someone who hasn't learned good habits, is someone who's learned very bad habits. And this is one of the most obvious demonstrations of that. There's no build, but there's a whole lot of spamming and jerking around with no plan at all. Which is harder to unlearn than if you haven't learned anything.
Add-on operational.
Besides the fact that the build quote unquote, we're ending up with is not, like, what if he has one tank? Or what if he had a Reaper? Not that that's a huge deal. It's more about the obvious lack of direction than what we're gonna end up building.
Add-on constructed. Additional supply depot.
Oh shit, one Reaper. One Reaper. He doesn't have the minimap DLC, alright? He can't actually see the minimap. That Reaper jumped in. Well, we heard it as well. I don't know if he has audio on. He might be deaf and partially blind. And have manic spasms in his hand. I don't know. That might be all of those things. When it rains, it pours. Where are you going? That is not your base. Your base is over here. Why are your units not going back into your base? Where is your select all army hotkey? You even have the... No, you don't have the units hot. Why? What? He's like, I'm gonna get him on the way out. And then the Reaper... Oh, what a play. And now we're going to dramatically overreact. And everybody knows if there's a Reaper in the base... that it is illegal to actually do anything else. Oh my god. This is one of those, you said you're platinum now. This is one of those, like, I got to platinum because I thought I was doing pretty good and I just wanted some tips when it actually was a fucking disaster, but you're so self-confident, you're not leaving games early. You just happen to be winning because other people are such bitches they leave out of sheer spite or incompetence. But this is kind of your failing upward style of, I literally have no idea how bad I am that I'm doing better than I should. So congratulations on that.
SCV ready. Oh, it's on.
Oh no, a second Reaper!
Command center upgraded. SCV ready.
You'll get the... You know you can walk through the slow zones. You don't have to kill the... They're not... They're...
Mineral research. Oh, it's on.
Oh, did Stim just start? You've had a tech lab for like 3 minutes, and Stim just started? Okay. This is literally the failing upward strat. It's like, well, I built a lot of units, and a lot of the time, that's enough. Especially in other matchups, like if you did this in Terran versus Protoss or Terran versus Zerg, and the Zerg didn't do what half of Zergs do, which is just build a whole fuck ton of Zerglings and pray. Okay, so let's think about it right now, which is a first time for that. He has no bases. You have bases. Maybe now is the time to discover what the fuck a factory is. Or a starport. Maybe now isn't the time to run up the ramp, lose all your units, and potential advantage. Maybe he has a hidden base. He doesn't. He's on one base with 3 Liberators. And 1 siege tank, which means we're about to lose the whole army, right? Right? So, this is the kind of situation where if you were under 100 APM and didn't feel like you had to go, 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 he's spending his minerals because he's got multiple Marauders and Marines queued up. Not as many as I thought. And he also didn't build that many SCVs in the first place. Okay? Remember how many were running around / dying to the Reaper? That's why he's spending his minerals. Alright, Twitch chat. Does he... Okay, there are 3 options. I know what you guys are going to vote for, but I'm going to describe them, and I'm going to make my prediction. So there are 3 options. One is, he doesn't even think about going up the ramp. There are 4 options, I lied. He doesn't go up the ramp, he techs up, and gets to Starport, and deals with the problem. And he just doesn't try to run up a ramp in the Liberators. Option 1. That's obviously not going to happen. Option 2 is he scans first after thinking about going up the ramp, and then decides, you know what, I don't need to. Option 3, he scans, sees it, says, fuck it, we'll do it live, and loses all his units anyways, despite knowing what's coming. Or option 4 is, fuck it, I'm going up that ramp. It's either option 3 or 4. So you gotta make a decision. What do you guys think? Is it, we see it, but we don't give a shit? Or we don't see shit, and now everything's dead? We'll find out. Thank you for buying a Don't Let Your Dreams Be Memes Jug of Champions and reminding me that exists. And now, for the very first time, he will build a factory. Oh no.
Supply depots insufficient. Overlords superior.
Okay. Hope. Hope. Oh no, he brought the liberate. There's hope.
Must build more supply.
Now, will he...
Supply
Okay,
depots
wait, it might be one.
insufficient.
Will he...
Overlords superior.
Okay, here's another pro tip. You don't need to send your entire army to scout for hidden bases. You could just send 1 unit.
Mineral field
That would be too
depleted.
crazy. Watch out, that scam's dangerous.
Mineral field exhausted.
Why do you think this is a good... It's like, now he can't see me because I'm too far below him. Nope, that's not how that works! Now, he seems to have the idea... He's... Let me let you in on a secret. You're still allowed to build more barracks, even if you've built another base. Okay? For those of you who are like, he's spending his money. He is spending his money. He's made quite an investment. So you might be like, Winter, what's the correct answer? Burn it down, start again. But if you're not doing that, if you for some reason ended up in this position where you went 3 racks bile on 2 bases and you can't quite break his ramp, the answer is pretty much what he's doing. You maybe expand again, you tech up, you get some siege tanks, maybe some Vikings, and medevacs. You can build another starport, whatever. He's building a second starport. And then, with your superior economy and air control, you break them. You don't run up a ramp into things. So some semblance of what he's doing now.
Add on.
Want a piece of me, boy?
Okay, so siege tanks can shoot in a circle. It takes them a second to swing their face around and aim at people, but they can shoot in any direction. This is important to point out. This isn't World of Tanks. I assume in World of Tanks, the tanks are more limited. I don't know.
Let's have a blast.
Army upgraded.
Want a piece of me, boy? It's go time. Go, go, go.
Okay, there's a scan.
SCVs must
We're using our brain heads now. Counter scan.
mineral field.
Oh, a tank in the most... You can put a tank there? Uh-oh. There's Liberators. Panic! Okay, everybody knows it's impossible. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
it's on.
Research completed.
You need to rebuild the first 5 minutes of your game from literally burn it to the ground. And then dig out a new foundation and start from there. My recommendation is you play Protoss, whatever matchup you don't like more. You either play Zerg or Protoss for like 25 games, then you come back and learn something that resembles a Terran build. And you stay under 100 APM with those races. Go play 25 games, pick Zerg or Protoss. Don't play random, pick Zerg or Protoss. Come back, take it from the top. Is that ranked? Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter if you lose all 25. They're separate race MMR. And also, like, I don't want to lose my Platinum League. You can't even get demoted during the season. Okay. No. You don't need to land. Oh, we're doing so well. Okay, you're going to need to build more barracks. That's not really the big issue here. I like how many times, like, you've gotten so many tastes of siege tank shots, but, oh my god. Have we got him? There's one battlecruiser being repaired, though. And this is how you get to plat, literally failing upwards. We finally, by the time we finally have Marines, Medevacs, and Marauders, it might finally be time to actually... Yes, Marauders, go get them. It's like, well, I built a lot of shit, and more shit does counter less shit. In a very, very, very painful way. Did you just suicide? Oh my god, that battlecruiser refuses to die. How much armor? Just +1. Oh my god. Oh no, a second battlecruiser. Oh, we deal. Oh, the mules. Burn it down, take it from the top. Cause the thing is, you know, let's say you're an architect. And you literally are in this. We'll call this your rough draft. You made a building, I don't know, a building. And you kind of fucked up the foundation and like all the it's a bit of a mess. But your second try is going to be better. So 25 games of whatever race you don't like more, Protoss or Zerg. You don't even learn anything for them. Just fucking YOLO it. And then take it from the top. Because the more time that went on, the more time it was clear we need to just get rid of whatever that first 5 minutes was, and it got better as time went on. So, 4 gold/plat, that was... For plat, it's a C-, as in, you got to platinum because you were so confident that players, you actually won games. But I would have believed silver. But eventually, if I had cut the game off when I wanted to, which is when the circle jerks happened, then I would have believed silver. But as time went on, you pulled it out of the failing grade to a C-. So congratulations. You'll pass this class. And that describes a lot of my foray into engineering school.